Yes, let's get started. And please speak in English. And please don't cut me off during my conversation.
You're doing fine, just a couple of tweaks. Instead of please speaking, you'd say please speak. Also, don't cut me off is perfect, so no worries there. Now, next question. What's the weather like today where you imagine yourself in the UK?
I'm imagining myself. It's gonna be tough to be in the UK because most days in the UK, as far as I knew, that is very cloudy. So cloudy or rainy. So it always rains or snows or have cloudy. So it's gonna be a very drawbacks in the UK. So that is very absolute that, yeah, as far as I thought, that is absolutely disadvantageous because I'm pretty dependent people on the weather conditions. So um, but sometimes it's yeah, as far as I thought, it's very sunny. So sunny and clear sky. So it'll be happy. Yeah, that weather is the gift of um God from the UK. So yeah, I'm kind of expect to some extent. So yeah, that's the what I have to overcome and I have to go through. That's what I have to go through. So that doesn't matter. So that is just inevitable problem that I'm gonna I'm gonna come across and I'm gonna encounter in the UK. So
All right, a few adjustments to keep that flowing like a sunny day. Instead of as far as I knew, try as far as I know. Instead of it always rains or snows or have cloudy, say it always rains, snows, or is cloudy. Also, disadvantages is better than drawbacks in that part. And instead of dependent people, just say dependent on the weather. Now, next question. What's one British food you'd be curious to try?
probably 100% fish and chips. I don't know. I've never tried the fish and chips so far, so I'm very wondering if that cur- you know that culinary that cuisine is delicious or not, or flat or bland. I'm not sure. I've never tried though. So yeah, I got a chance to try fish and chips a few times in the States or in Mexico or even in Korea, but I've never tried though. But um, I think local local dishes is quite a bit different from than stranger. Yeah, you know what I mean. The stranger means yeah, in Korea or some other countries else. So I think yeah, I'm very curious about fish and chips. I don't know about anything else, anything besides fish and chips about the UK cuisine or dishes. Yeah, there is the idiom, the the thinnest book is English culinary book. So yeah, I'm not sure, and I have no idea about the food, local food in the UK. So I'm gonna enjoy just international food when I grab a chance to go out for dinner or go out for lunch. Well, unless unless I have unless I have a chance to go out for lunch, I just try to cook on my own. Maybe the menu is gonna be Korean food, something like stir fried rice, kimchi stir fried rice, or some kimchi jjigae or doenjang jjigae or something like that. But yeah, doenjang jjigae is very doenjang jjigae smells very strong. So um, my roommates or flatmates may hate them. So I'm not sure.
Nice thoughts. Just a few tweaks. Instead of I'm very wondering, say I'm very curious. Cuisine is perfect. Just pick one term, cuisine or culinary. I got a chance should be I've had a chance. And for the most famous food, that's better than idiom. Overall, your ideas were clear. Now, next up, what's one place in the UK you'd love to visit first?
Definitely that Etihad Stadium or Old Trafford, which is landmark of Manchester, the Greater Manchester. So yeah, I wanna go there. It takes just 15 or 20 between 15 yeah, from 15 to 20 minutes. So it's kind of adjacent to my campus. So I'm gonna get a few opportunities to hang out with my classmates or my friends from my same cohort. So yeah, I'm very looking forward to watching the match, Manchester City or Manchester United, on my own. So yeah, it is big deal. It is a big deal to watch PL Premier League on my own. Yeah, I'm really craving watching. I'm really craving to watch the match. Some other teams else against Manchester United or Manchester City.
Brilliant energy. Let's refine a bit. Instead of which is landmark, say which is a landmark. Rather than it takes just 15 or 20, say it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. Adjacent to is great. Instead of on my own for the match, say in person. And for craving watching, just say I'm really eager to watch. Now, on to the next. If you met a local there, what would you ask them first about life in the UK?
I'm not sure, but typical UK guys, what kind of hobby or what kind of jobs typical UK guys do in their free time. I'm not sure that because background is very different. Background is culture. I mean, especially cultural background is totally, absolutely different from Korean. Yeah, even in East Asia. So I'm not sure what kind of stuffs or which kind of hobby they have. So I'm just wondering. And yeah, the topic will be a hobby in their free time.
Good curiosity. Just a little polish. You can simplify by saying, what kind of hobbies or jobs do people in the UK enjoy in their free time? Also, because the cultural background is absolutely different, works well. And instead of which kind, just what kind is smoother. I love that curiosity. Next up, if you could pick a UK festival to experience, which one would you want to check out?
I'm not sure about UK festival. Is there any Asian festival they which focus on Asian people or some I'm not sure, but yeah, I've never thought about, but I feel like I need to keep an eye on the festival in the UK. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Thank you. Thank you for notice me.
That's great. Just a bit of fine tuning. Instead of is there any Asian festival they which, say are there any festivals that focus on Asian culture? Also, instead of I've never thought about, say I've never thought about it. And keep an eye on festivals is perfect. All right, next question. If you could learn one British custom or tradition, what would you be most curious about?
Um, I'm, I'm not sure or as well, but I want to learn and I want to study British manners. I mean, right, ahead of British culinary manner ahead of the um, ahead of the dining or ahead of the dining table. So they because the UK is very famous for the gentlemen. So yeah, traditionally and conventionally, British and the UK is very famous for those kind of stuff. So I want to learn, but sometimes, yeah, I don't know how many times I can get a chance to um, dine with local people because there are so many foreigner and stranger from the Asia or Africa. So I'm not sure, but yeah, I want to learn how they how how they how they act in front right in front of dining table while in while trying something, yeah, while trying some meals. I mean,
That's a thoughtful choice. Now, a few adjustments. Instead of study about, just say study. And rather than ahead of, say before dining or at the dining table. Also, instead of gentlemen, say British manners are famous. And how they act at the table is perfect. Next question. If you had a free day in London, what's the first landmark you'd want to see and why?
definitely Big Ben. Big Ben is very popular and very fascinating place. Yeah, they always draw so many people, so and a huge crowd all the time. So I want to go there, and there are so many um there are so many people who enjoy run who enjoy running along the river. So that is the yeah, that is my bucket list, my first bucket list when I been in London, when I been to London.
Excellent choice. Just a touch up. Instead of who enjoy run, say who enjoy running. And when I've been in London is more natural as when I visit London. You're expressing your bucket list well. Now, what's one British expression or slang you've heard that you'd love to use?
British, that is not a particular British expression, but over the moon. When I feel very high or very how can I say when I when I when I feel extremely satisfied or extremely happy, I they can use the phrase over the moon. Yeah, I feel over the moon about this job. I feel over the moon because I'm in Manchester now. So that was very that yeah, that word and that phrase catch my eye cat caught my eye.
Lovely pick. Just a tiny tweak. Instead of I think I can use, say I think I can use the phrase over the moon. Also, instead of that word catch my eye, say that phrase caught my eye. You got the hang of it. Now, what's one thing you'd love to ask a British person about their daily routine?
I'm not sure. Maybe where I'm not sure. I'm just yeah, if I were in the UK, I will be curious about I'm not curious. Yeah, I will be curious whether the typical typical people in the UK have breakfast or not, because there are so many people who always skip the breakfast. So yeah, I will be curious about that. Very simple question.
Great question. Just a little refining. Instead of I will be curious whether, you can say I would be curious if. And instead of keep from breakfast, say skip breakfast. You'll really get into the flow of these. Now, next round. What's one British book or film you'd like to experience to understand the culture more?
Yeah, that was the very famous and popular film. The name was About Time. About Time. Yeah, which genre was rom-com. So I genuinely like the genre rom-com. So because yeah, especially About Time, especially About Time is film which takes care of very conventional and typical daily routine, which the very ordinary people in the UK have. So that was the yeah, all the actors in the film was having very strong accent, UK accent. So and I can see about the wedding culture about wedding. So yeah, that was very inspiring, and that was very refreshing.
No, nicely done. A quick touch. Instead of which takes care of, say which portrays or shows, and all the actors were instead of was. You're expressing your feelings well. Now, last question. If you had to bring one piece of your culture to the UK to share, what would you introduce first?
Definitely taking off shoes in at the door, because um, walking around the room or going around the floor with wearing shoes is kind of yeah, that can cause some sanitary issue, and yeah, that can bring some bacteria or some germs, many kind of germs, so germs inside the house or accommodation. So yeah, I want to spread out my Korean culture. Do not a Korean culture that is taking off in front of the door and at the door, yeah, which is very important thing. most koreans most Koreans way on. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I'm sorry. And speaking of which, it's late night in Seoul, so I believe and I feel we should call it a day. So thank you for your question, and thank you for your asking, answering, replying, responding. So have a good night, ChatGPT. Thank you. See you.
I love that idea. Just a bit of polish. Instead of thinking off, say taking off shoes. And most Koreans focus on works nicely. Also, you wrapped that up perfectly. Yes, we'll call it a day. It's been a pleasure, and next time we'll be over the moon to chat again. Sleep well.